NASA is going back to Mars. The space agency is launching a new spacecraft, the MAVEN spacecraft, and the goal is to explore just the history of Mars' atmosphere. Where did it go? Where is the water? And with us today is NASA Administrator Charles Bolden. General Bolden, thanks so much for being here with us.
Tarek, very good to be with you. Thank you.
Well, first of all, just to start off, tell us about this MAVEN mission. What is the major goal, and how will it look into this mystery of Mars' atmosphere?
As Bruce Jakosky, the principal investigator from the University of Colorado, tells me, the major goal of MAVEN is to measure as much as we can about Mars's upper atmosphere so that he and his counterparts can begin to try to put the pieces together to figure out what happened to Mars's atmosphere over time. Did the sun, solar winds scrape it away from the planet? And if so, is there any hope that that will be reversed and it will be able to restore some of its atmosphere? And feeding that data to Earth scientists, what's the story there in terms of the potential future impact to Earth?
One of our readers, Abhishek Pachashi, asked us how will this mission, if at all, kind of help NASA's goal of sending a manned mission to Mars in the 2030s?
Abhishek, MAVEN, like Curiosity, like Opportunity, like Insight to Come, and Mars 2020, they're all progressions toward our ability to send humans to Mars in the 2030s. The more we can learn about the planet, the better we can understand its environment, particularly its atmosphere, because the spacecraft has to descend through the Martian atmosphere to the surface. And we're going to have a big, heavy spacecraft when we send humans in the 2030s. So we need to understand it as well as we can so we can help to design the landing mechanisms and the like. So all of this is part of the progression towards sending humans there.
Good. Now, we know that India just launched a mission this month to Mars, and it's hard to get to Mars, just by the numbers.
Very hard. Yeah.
Can you tell us about just the risk in general and how NASA has learned over the last 9 orbiter missions, the last 5 decades to get the spacecraft to Mars?
Tarek, it's very important for particularly Americans to understand that we're unique in that we are the only nation in the world that has ever successfully landed something on the planet, on Mars. And the Indians are our partners there. We're collaborating with them. We're providing them assistance in communications and navigations for the Mars orbiter mission that launched several weeks ago. But as they found even, it's very difficult, as you said, to get to Mars. The Indians have chosen a method where they're doing a number of orbits of Earth over a period of time toward the end of this month, where they'll gradually raise their orbit until they get the speed and the altitude necessary to break away from Earth's gravity and start their trek to Mars. Interestingly, Bruce Jakosky and the team were telling me yesterday, because we're launching MAVEN this afternoon and sending it on a direct trajectory to Mars, it will actually, although it's launching several weeks after MOM, it will actually get there before it, because it's gonna go on a direct route and doesn't have to do the orbital orbits of Earth to get energy to go to Mars.
Thanks so much. I think I have one last question. This one from our reader, Leela Zucker, and she wants to know just how will she be able to see the data that comes back from MAVEN? How is it going to be released? Oh. And when should she expect to look for the pictures?
The best way to get data on MAVEN is to start with the NASA website, www.nasa.gov, and we have lots of drop downs. If you go to the very top of the website, you'll see something that says missions, and if you just drop down that box, usually it will have International Space Station, MAVEN, Curiosity, and you can then click on the mission that you're interested in, and you'll get an update daily as it's making its 10-month trek to Mars. Once it gets there, I'm going to ask you all to ask Bruce Jakosky and the team this afternoon post-launch when they talk about how they're going to get the data out to the general public, because I do know that there was a process to put it into the public domain. I don't know the particulars of it, and I don't want to mislead anyone. So I would say that's a great question to ask Bruce Jakosky this afternoon.
Well, thanks so much, General. I think about just out of time. We appreciate your time today, and all the best for the mission.
Tarek, thank you very much.
Space.com